Hi guys, welcome to the live stream of Crookz the Big Heist. Now we have the third one and we are still the designers of the game. This is Christoph.
Hello.
And my name is Sebastian and today we're gonna ride the wave of cliché again because we're gonna break into a bank. It's a very special bank. It's the Federal Bank of which state?
Of California, of course.
Because we are in San Francisco. And there are more special things related to this heist because today we have a time limit which you have to face, and also a heat limit. For all of you who don't remember or haven't seen the game yet, heat is our level of conspicuity, and so you can only produce a little heat, otherwise you have an instant game over. Now Phil, what kind of characters will you use?
Alright, for this heist I selected our locksmith called Bishop, the strong guy Rufus, he can knock out guards, and the technician Lobkowitz, he's very good with any kind of electric device, and last but not least our contortionist Rocket, she can squeeze in kind of any air vent and ventilation shaft and move through light barriers without alerting the guards. Alright, in addition I chose to take some items, the effects of which you will see during the heist. We will explain them to you. And yeah, so what do we have to do in this heist?
Oh, I know. It's about a shank, a very special one.
It's the Rutherford shank.
So I think it would be nice to show that right in the game, maybe?
Yeah, so in general the purpose of this heist is to get our arch enemy Murray into trouble. In order to do so we stole a little item from him, his Rutherford shank, another device of super villainy, or how you would say this, and of course he left his fingerprints on them, and we want to store this device, the Rutherford shank, right in the main vault of the Federal Reserve and incriminate him by doing so.
So as a preparation, we switched off the power in the bank, and despite that advantage, we have to hurry and plan very properly because we only have 2 minutes for the first part of the whole heist.
Yes, so the power is only switched off for those 2 minutes, and we have to get through to the elevator in those 2 minutes, otherwise we will have failed and the heist is lost. So let's jump right into it.
Okay. As you will see soon, here's the countdown, and Phil, I know that you love to explain the heatometer because you're personal friends.
Yes, a special relationship to the heatometer. So, when you walk into the vision cone of a guard or a security camera, you produce heat. That is kind of the degree of how much you have been noticed already and how much evidence there is to catch you after the heist. So you can only produce so much heat until he will eventually be caught and can't reduce the heat with bribe money. So we had a little device, the heatometer, that fills up as you produce heat, and when you reach the limit you will have lost the heist instantly.
Additionally, there is the time shown that you have, and you see the dollar sign. That means how much treasures you collected and how much money there is. You can use this money later in the game to buy more interesting stuff in the workshop. Now back to our mission. All four are in position, and as you can see, something is lighted up despite the fact that the power is switched off. So this is the emergency light, and this is also a little hint, or let's say guide, where you have to go with your characters.
Yeah, just for the record, so as you can see, this heatometer in this heist it's not fully available. There's a crossed out part. This means that your heat level is reduced, so you can't fill it up to the last point of heat. You can only go halfway and then you will have lost. This is what Sebastian meant when he said our heat limit is reduced earlier. Alright, so yeah, so we have to take more or less this hallway and then get into the elevator. As you can see, as I switch on the guard pass, it's crammed with guards and we have to be very careful. So let's try it.
So you can also see those red circles, and they show you where the guards will watch out. And you can also see in a few seconds when those guards will change their position. This is very important, like to have the right timing to sneak behind those guards or to avoid of being caught or seen.
What now?
So, what Christoph, sometimes I call him Fiedel, don't mind, and
That's fine.
is doing now is he's setting wait commands. It just means, okay, he can plan the action after the wait command. He's setting the wait, and later he's setting the go, and it's all about timing right now.
Yeah. So I set up all the paths for all the people in my heist team, and yeah, I think we're good to start. Let's go.
All right. You see the guard on the left is still looking at the door, and that was close. But he has played it before, to be honest.
Really? No.
Yeah.
First timer. Oh, yeah. So, you shouldn't step into the peripheral perception, the circle around the guard, because they will turn around, they will notice you, and then they will eventually see you, you will be busted. This is very dangerous, so we were just really lucky.
Now you see the icon above the guard. I will mention that later because this was a bit short. So, next one. Alright.
Looking good so far.
And there's the icon again above the guard. It's not. Yes. And if the red thingy finished, he changes his position. And Christoph can go on. Next one.
Right.
This looks like a piece of cake if he's doing this, but don't underestimate that. Now we are at the elevator. Cling, cling, cling.
That's it.
That's it, but to be honest, this was just warm-up.
Okay,
now
yeah,
we're
right.
getting into it because Fiedel has to face a completely new situation.
Yes, sir, Bishop.
Let the team talk a bit.
Sir.
Because here are several interesting things. First of all, a camera system where it's not so easy to get to the switches that will switch off those cameras. You have to use one special skill of the technician to overcome this situation. It's a skill to loop cameras. That means you can only loop it for a certain amount of time, then they are automatically switched on again. And the others have to wait firstly till the loop is there, and then they can get to the important switches.
So yes, actually, you can see there's a guard patrolling here, but if you just focus on the cameras, there are 3 cameras covering each other. So if I just would try to make a run for it and run just right through the vision cones, the limited heat in this heist would just cause like me to insta-lose this whole heist. So I have to be very careful around here.
Right on.
So, first steps first. I will temporarily deactivate this camera.
Yes.
Then the contortionist
Standing by.
Where to
will
now?
firstly wait.
So we have to wait until the guard has finished his watch out and turned around here until we can open the elevator door. But, just a moment. Okay,
And
I
go.
think we're good to go.
So, as you can see, in a few seconds, the light on the camera will turn yellow. So that means something is temporarily not in use. And on the other hand, you've got green lights, which means things are still in use or things are switched off. But yellow is a signal, hurry up, player.
Yeah, so we want to deactivate those cameras here, and you can see by the connection lines that they are all connected to this camera terminal, and indeed you can switch off all cameras for good when you switch off this camera terminal. This is exactly what Rocket is going to do now. She will walk over here, switch it off, switch off this switch as well because it controls this light barrier over here.
And then there is a very special skill because ordinary it is you have an item which is the substitute of a skill, but in this case it's very special because the contortionist is the only one who can crawl through air shafts, and we don't have an item which allows other characters to do this. So in some heists she's very, very important.
Alright, let's go. You can hear the clock ticking on the camera, but luckily we just disabled it. So, just a little pause. So I want to get all the 3 guys in this room because it's relatively safe. This guard is not a danger because he's only facing very concentrated. He's facing the control panel, and I want to pin him down with Rufus, our strong guy. But in order to be able to do so, I need to open this steel door, which is locked, and a perfect job for Bishop, our locksmith.
And if we use the bruiser, we've got something new for you because we changed his behavior.
Right
We're gonna
on.
show you that as soon as he will knock down this guard.
Actually, I can already prepare this. Okay.
Ready?
So, I think we're ready. We should always keep in mind there's the guard and that he will come back, so just be careful.
Alright, that's a typical situation. Lockpicker is doing his duty, unlocking the door. For the other characters, they are still waiting and then they are spreading over the next part of the levels. And
Alright, so the locksmith has finished picking the door, but before we show you the Bruiser and his new behavior, we need to
yeah,
pre-plan
you're right.
a little bit for Rocket, because this is a very time-critical situation. Here's another guard, and I need to get into this area as well, and as you can see there are more cameras covering each other, so I need to switch them off with this camera terminal. So I want to use Rocket for this.
Damn right.
She
And-
will crawl through the air vent, pick up the key, walk into the next bathroom, and through the next air vent, and then she will unlock the door to the camera terminal. But we don't only want to disable the camera terminal, we also want to get rid of this guard, because he's quite a nuisance. So we will pick up this very special item, a
Oh, yeah.
door blocker, and hide in this room, meanwhile switching off the camera terminal.
and then you can loot a lot because there is some stuff
Yes.
around this place.
Yes, but let's focus on Rufus for now.
And his new knockout. So as you can see, he's approaching the guard. And now there is the difference. The new thing is that now you can pin down a guard constantly. Otherwise you would have to re-knock out the guard again and again. So it's a comfort feature for the players. Otherwise sometimes it happened that the Bruiser was out of the view of the player and he got caught and nobody knows why, and it was just annoying, to be honest. So we made it better in my eyes.
Yeah, so what I just did is I inserted a few commands for Lobkowitz and Bishop, because I want the content of this little strongbox here that's always worth good money, and Bishop is just the right guy to unlock the strongbox. So first I need to get rid of this shock panel. If you ever happen to step on the shock panel, that character will be unconscious for a certain amount of time, which is quite dangerous if there's a guard around. Of course, you can also knock out guards with it, but you have to time it very well. Alright, so since we have pinned down the guard for good, we can already focus on Rocket again.
Yes.
Where is she going?
And we can
So-
show them one of the most beneficial moments inside a heist in my eyes.
Yeah. So actually, you can see Lobkowitz destroying the shock panel over here, and now as you can hear that all the shock panels are disabled, and now I will command Bishop from afar to go on and loot the strongbox. So I can just, if I know my plan well, I can just make him do what I want from afar without losing any time.
So Rocket gets in position, switching off the camera terminal,
Alright,
and the guard is approaching.
be careful now.
And I know where he's walking. And now,
So, we will use the door blocker. This will lock him in this room for good. And that's it.
and now he's locked in, and he recognized that in a few seconds.
Yeah, he's very skeptical right now. So, now let's loot this area. We have a noise emitter, a very useful tool that produces noise on purpose to lure guards away. Some
Yeah.
heist spoils. We won't touch the strongbox over here for now. We will instead use our crowbar to open this door. So, as you can see, Here's some noise preview. Like using the crowbar is a noisy action, so noise will be produced in this radius. As you can see, the guard is standing right in the radius. This would normally attract the guard and make him come over and search for intruders or whatever, or the cause of the noise, but since he's locked in, he's no problem for us. And afterwards, this is what I wanted to get my hands on, this switch over here.
This is a very special switch because it's most of the switches are able to toggle, but this one has you only use them one time, and it's switching off a lot of things together. I mean, a whole system of security. So what do you want to do first? You want to pre-plan the other characters, or you want to stay with the contortionist?
Actually, I will make her approach this point here.
Oh, but that's good.
Let's see how she loots everything. And
okay.
Gets through
the light barriers?
Yeah, the light barriers.
And now the guard is aware of his situation, and he's knocking at the door.
Hey,
you didn't see that.
Hey, let me out!
You hear it?
Yeah. And if you pay close attention now, the guard will have some search points because he hears the noise being produced.
Something here is not right.
But he will he is locked in, so he's no danger, he can't really go on the search.
Now, Verific, we're gonna show you the free running moves of the contortionist.
Normally, if you would walk into a light barrier like this one with a character, just like this, noise would be produced in this radius, attracting lots of guards. But Rocket is cool because she can just jump through the light barriers without being noticed producing any noise, and thus this is no obstacle for her right now. Alright, let's pay attention to the guard. There he comes, so we have to wait a little. I can already get everybody in position, because I want them to move through this security area into the next wing of the floor.
Right.
And like this wing of the floor, it's obviously a safe zone, so just a little hint, search for safe zones in the level before you start playing, because they are very useful for you to provide a proper planning and to detect some interesting things in the level.
Alright,
Your call.
we're set.
In position.
Everybody has their waiting points.
I
Yep.
guess I'll wait for it. Let me out!
So, as you can hear, you still hear the guard even though you don't see him. This is a decision we made because we want to provide you as much as information as needed, and so you always are aware of the situations which are not in your view right now but are important for you.
So when I'm releasing the pin down here, you can just focus a little on Rufus. He will just kick the guard a little bit to make him sleep for a little while longer. So let's... Oh, I'm not sure if that's good. Let's
So
have Rocket
you're
wait
setting
a little longer.
All
an
done.
instant wait for go somehow. Alright.
Alright, so
Now
we're
we are
all
in the safe zone,
yeah.
so where we have to place the evidence, it's on the upper left, I guess.
Yes, so this is the bank vault where we want to get to. We need to cross this area. It's heavily secured, so you see the cameras around here. There's a guard patrolling. There are shock panels on the floor. But luckily, we have just about the right skills to get in from the back door. So, first of all, we need
Technician
to
ready.
temporarily override this camera. And when we have done so, we will let Bishop unlock this door over here.
I thought I could get to it. Through here.
And then we'll use the bruiser to crack a wall.
Yeah, actually, what you see here is a cracked wall, and since Rufus is very strong, he can destroy it with his pure strength. You have to be careful though.
Let me
This
out!
normally produces some noise, and as you can see, it's directly on the path of the guard who's going to come down here right now, so I think it's better to time it a little later. Afterwards, I want Rufus to apply another one of his special skills. It's to use heavy switches. Heavy switches can't be used by any player character, just with pure brute force, and this is what Rufus is good at. Of course, if you had the right item, you could also use the heavy switch with another character, but as we don't happen to have it, well, actually we have, but I don't want them to use
I'm ready
it.
to go.
Yeah, pre-planned.
I thought I could get through here.
Do it.
Just my imagination.
Brawl the wall.
Not yet. Not just yet.
I know.
As you can see, it's not safe.
Just want to get you into trouble.
The thing is, Rufus could knock down that guard easily, but you will produce some heat, and I just want to avoid that.
Yeah.
Alright. Very nice.
I thought I could get through
Special
here.
switch only for the bruiser.
And as you can see, this switches off the shock panels, and we're almost safe in this area. And as you noted, it has been a joint effort of those three characters right here, so you always need to apply teamwork in order to succeed.
Hey, let me out.
So the next guard is waiting for a little knockout.
I'm waiting to pin him down from behind, because this way I won't produce heat walking into his vision cone. You would win if you would walk straight up in front of the guard, but you would produce some heat, and as we have a tight heat limit, we should avoid this right now. Alright, so time for the next steps. So this is kind of a nice contraption. So here is a door we need to get through. This door is controlled by several switches, and there's a camera pointing to that door, which we can only deactivate with the camera terminal right behind that door. So this is about to get interesting. But first things first we need to get through several locked doors, which is a perfect job for Bishop. I want him to drop an item he carries. This is an explosive charge, and he should be waiting here. So, Lobkowitz will now loot the safe, because the content of safe is very valuable, and you can always use it to buy more items in the workshop. And we will use this special noisy blowtorch item to open the safe for us. Afterwards, I want Lobkowitz to destroy this shock panel over here. I think he needs to wait for a moment. Pick up this key item, and then also assemble at the camera. Alright, so let's focus on Lobkowitz for the time being.
So this is very comfortable, because the bruiser is taking care of the guard, and the others just do their ordinary job.
I could get through here.
It's one of those Pulp Fiction moments. I said this because we've got this yellow light inside all the heist points. You can see that later a bit better.
Hey, let me out.
So this is a very nice moment where you can see that everything works like a clockwork, little cogs working all for our master plan.
Your call.
What's up?
Alright, nice. So now that everything is working according to our plan, we can move Rufus back up to the other guys, and he will wait here too for a second, and we will release that poor guard. Yay, that must have hurt.
I could get through here. I guess all right. I'm ready.
So we have to be careful, because here's another guard, and he will peek shortly into this room. So we will just wait for a moment in order to avoid him.
Arrived.
Okay, maybe it's a good time to explain some other stuff, because we've got several switches which are connected to the floor, and those switches are special because you have to walk on them to use them, and if you walk off they will toggle again in their first state, and this is very important sometimes where you have to use the whole team to open one door with several floor switches together.
Yeah, so actually, first we want to get through this door, as I said, so it will be opened if I use this timed switch. Like, it will reset after a certain amount of time. In this case it's only 3 seconds, very narrow time window, and we have to at the same time deactivate this camera temporarily, so this has to be timed well to get everybody in here for now. So I think we can start with Crookz. Yeah, that was good. Alright, so we're all inside. Now we can switch off that camera for good, the camera terminal, and get finally into the controls room.
Oh, come on!
So actually, this is what Sebastian just explained. So here's a switch that is in the floor, and we can use it by just stepping on them.
Yes.
If Bishop just stepped away, it would already reset again. Nice. So, some work to do in the controls room. There are more cameras in the room before the main vault. I think this is a job for Crookz, but anybody could do that. And there's a breakable wall we need to get rid of.
And those terminals also have a secondary function, because you can destroy evidence with them. You have a magnet and put it on the videos, and they get destroyed. So you can use that to reduce heat, as you already produced some.
Yeah.
Am I right?
No, I haven't. Oh, you
No,
meant
no,
like in
it's
general.
just
Oh, right.
in general.
Yeah, of course. So
You didn't do a mistake.
No,
punching
yeah.
today after the Twitch stream.
yes, so as you can see, there's not only this one guard patrolling in this area, there's also another guard patrolling the same area, which is kind of tricky. And on top of it, this is an armored guard. I can't just knock him out. He's too strong and he's tough and armored, so I have to be very careful around him. So I will first focus on this, on the weaker version, and I want to pin him down in this room, because here he's isolated from the views of that guy. So this is what my first task in this area is, and he will just come down here, which is very convenient. Just wait a little.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we too, but the guard is not ready yet.
Nope.
All right, almost.
I thought I could get through here.
Okay, pin him.
What
And that's
do
it.
we do now?
That guy is no danger anymore. So, now, let's get Rocket also into this area. Rocket is still here.
Damn right.
Hey, let me out!
Part of the reason we left her here, we could just walk through the door like before, but we want the heist spoils, and we also want the content of this safe. And for this, just a moment, for this, we will use an explosive, which is really noisy, and it will attract lots of guards, and we have to be a little careful. But in order to make our escape, we use this air vent that leads to a bridge, which is in turn leading to the control room where we want to get to. So, I'm also using the switch because it will facilitate our escape later, but then you will see how we attract lots of guards. So be a little careful with this. Maybe we might delay this for a moment,
It's possible.
but no,
Now?
I think it's fine. Ooh. So we were lucky, only this guy noticed us, and he will come a long way around until then we will already have escaped. Alright, so no evidence left. You see the search points, the guard will search on all those points here, but
Hey,
we're in the clear.
let me out!
Alright, so everybody together again.
Yep. So what are your next steps? I think you
Got a lock to pick?
want to lock in the guard.
Yes, so now I need to get rid of this guard. I
I
don't need
thought
this
I
path
could get
anymore.
through here.
And I want to use the door blocker. I just need to drop an item because Rocket has too many items. So I just want to pick up that item. And then I want to lock in that guard in the toilet.
Hey, let me out!
So, as you can see, we're getting rid of the guards one by one. This one is a particular nuisance, and we are going to lock him in as well, but not with the door blocker. We are using this area here. There are heavy bank vault doors, and we are going to lock that guard in one of the rooms in here. So for
This is
this,
an interesting or a good chance to explain a bit more about the AI and the suspicious system.
yes, so certain objects, especially those you destroy or those that shouldn't be altered, become suspicious when you do so. So, for example, this giant door, if it's open, it's very suspicious for guards. And as soon as a guard sees it, he will come and investigate. So we want to use this feature in order to lure this guard away from his route and to lock him into a room. But first we need to get rid of this guard, and he's ripe in a few seconds, I think.
Yes, but now it's time to lock in. So there is the rule: if you cannot knock down, then lock in the guard.
Yes.
And this is not that tricky. You just have to wait.
Yeah.
So now he's moving in the direction of the bathroom, and he's in. Move it.
I thought I could get through here.
So now he's using the door blocker again.
And that's it. We're free of the guard.
And he's locked as long as the player doesn't blow up the whole door.
Yeah. So in
But-
case you happen to lock yourself, and you can, if you have the right item, you can destroy the door and free yourself.
Yeah.
But for now, let's clear a path with the door we just picked up, we found on the toilet, and get back. Because now's the time to get rid of the other guard over here.
Locked. Hey!
What's
Let me out!
So, as you can see, we're using this floor switch to open the first vault door.
Let's get to it.
And you can see it's glowing lightly in red, better visible on the map. And this means it's suspicious for guards. So let's proceed for the next.
Security system.
Yeah.
This is the one related to switches which are directly on the floor, where
Let's do this.
the player characters have to stand on.
Alright.
Door is opening.
Locked.
Rocket receives the high spoils and will open the next door.
So
What is the plan?
So actually, as you see, Rocket Switch opens a door and closes another one. So this is a toggle mechanic, and you have to be very careful which door is open when. So it's a little puzzle for you. Actually, it's not quite easy to get all the treasures in here, but we leave that for you to find out how to get in there.
yeah, but we should explain the blue coin in the
Oh, yeah.
right corner, because those are construction plans which are upgrades in the game. You have to collect them to get the upgrade later on in the workshop. It's always to buy both the upgraded version of an item or the non-upgraded version of the item. It depends on your wishes, so always grab the construction plans.
Yes.
Technician ready.
Alright, so now we set up this whole stage. We only need to open this door, and the guard will see all the suspicious doors over here, and hopefully we'll end up locked down in one of those rooms. Now we need to move Bishop all the way around, so I will speed him up a little.
Let me out!
I'll
Got a
show
lot
you
to
flexible.
Use a special item called Adrenaline that increases your speed, let's say. And yeah, open the door.
Impossible.
Oh, what happened?
I don't have the skills for this.
Oh no!
Who did this?
This...
Don't mind, there's always time if you push pause to readjust your plan.
So, just a moment.
Now with adrenaline, he's fast as lightning.
Yeah, you can see the speed swoosh at his arms and legs. He's so fast. Actually, he's not very fast, so another character, Cleopatra, she's really fast. And as you can see, adrenaline expires after some time, so you have to be very careful when to use it. Time it right. So, now is the time. Let's see how this guard reacts.
So, this door is
I could get
suspicious.
through here. What happened here?
Oh yeah, exactly how we wanted it.
See, now he's on his new watch point.
What the heck?
Sees the other suspicious door. Watching out.
Luckily, Rocket is just in the corner of the room.
Let me out!
And then he will go to his search point, which is over here, which is exactly what we
Let's
wanted.
do this.
Let's do this.
Okay. Now the vault door will close.
Nice.
So now you have to free her by...
Yeah, the same move again, so I will move around to get her out. This is not exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, right.
So this is what I wanted. Actually, I could have made it for a break, just running through here, but I wasn't quick enough this time. So actually, there's a faster way to solve this puzzle. So
Yeah.
now we have 3 locked-in guards. Nobody noticed us yet. Very good, very good. Just a moment, and Rocket will be free.
Hey! Let me out!
What? Locked. Hey,
Yep.
Oh, I could get
Everybody's
through,
free now. But the next challenge is waiting. We have to
Right
get
on.
through the
Let's get to it.
real vault, where we have to place the evidence to blame our evil genius Mary.
Hey! Let me out!
Nobody's going to let you out. You foolish little guard. So, actually, now we can focus on how to get into the bank vault. As you can see, there are 3 switches connected to the door which have to be used at the same time. One of them being a timed switch with a very narrow time window again. So this has to be timed very well. We need the effort of all 4 characters at once. Alright. So,
I thought I could get through
let's
here.
get Lobkowitz into position. And we need to press the last switch with Rufus.
Did you say Twitch? Maybe. This is a time switch, so he has to push it again if time is running out or expiring, but I guess we're gonna succeed with 1 try. So vault door is opening. And now it's time for the shank!
Yeah, so we're stealing some money
And it looks like
leaving the shank.
Let's get out of here.
that's it. May I introduce you, the Rutherford Shank. As you can hear the trumpets, that means you reach the goal in the game.
Get through here. What now?
And now it's time to get out.
Yes, exactly.
Back to the elevator.
Yeah,
One last friendly hit for the guard, lying on the floor. Not sportsmanlike, but
Yeah, right.
necessary.
Damn it. Who did this?
So you already cleared the majority of
I'm ready to go.
the obstacles on the way to
yeah.
the exit,
Ready to
respectively
serve. What?
to the elevator.
Get everybody out. As you could see earlier, we left the strong box, and this is just a very good job for Bishop. Just wait until he's past Rufus, because we don't want danger of running into a just awoken guard. And Rufus should also get over here.
What's up? Damn right.
Who did this?
What is the plan?
Where to now?
In position.
Oh, I see. There are some questions out of the community. We will answer those soon.
What? Locked. I'm
So
waiting.
now's the Pulp Fiction moment. Swing.
Alright,
Okay.
just need to be sure we are not seen by that guard, but I think we'll knock him down, because now we're so close.
Yeah, safety first, and maybe we're gonna show the audience what is happening if we fail.
Just my
Failure.
imagination.
Yeah, we can show that.
Okay, firstly finish this one.
Hey!
And then we're gonna show
Hey! Let me out!
Down that guy.
What? Survived!
And then we will send everybody to the exit.
Yeah, right. Hey,
We have accomplished what we want.
The shank is in place.
Damn it! Who did this? I thought I could get through here.
Be polite, close the door, and off you are. And now
We are back on the first floor, but now the power is on, and you have to play the level again from the other side.
yeah, you
So-
have to get out here, and all the security measures are on. You can see it's bristling with laser barriers, shock panels, guards.
But without being cheeky, we leave it up to you to succeed in this challenge. And now we're going to show you a context-sensitive game over system, which sounds quite easy, but behind that is the game design-wise background. We provide you all the information which is possible, as much information as possible. So Fiedel will collect some heat now.
Yeah, so actually there are several ways to lose a heist. You can be caught by guards, you can accumulate too much heat, you can be too late when there's a time limit, and just imagine that Lobkowitz just snaps and makes a run for it. So now
Have a
there's
look at the
heat.
upper right, and the heatometer
Walks into
is
another
filling.
camera, showing him from a different angle, of course, providing new information. And he might lose if he walks into the next camera again. So there's too much heat.
So as you can see now, you always get the reason why you lost. Like, could be also be you got caught, and who's the person who got caught, and that's enough to have some progress in your way to play the game. So now, first of all, thanks for watching and listening.
Yes.
And we're gonna answer some questions now. Some we have collected in the World Wide Web, and some which are here. Oh, there's one interesting one. It's already answered in the chat, but I would like to say something to that. Do the characters have hit points or something like that? No, they haven't, because if a guard touches you, you have an instant game over. So we refuse to have anything like hit points. It's more binary, 0 or 1. Does it end if only one character gets busted? Yes, that's right. If one character gets busted, the whole heist is lost.
Yeah, so we played around a little with ideas of getting characters into prison, busting them out, but it all turned out to be more a nuisance, and then we decided that players should always have, should never be punished for not playing so well. So actually, if one of your characters gets busted, is in jail, and you have to bust him out, it's kind of a punishment. And imagine a player who commits an error, he or she might not be very up to the task, and then punishing this player would be even more frustrating for the player. So we decided that if you lose a heist, you always lose completely, and you have to start all over again.
Okay, one question. Who's the last character? Somehow I made a mistake and already revealed that on our press tour, but I don't tell you today, but we're going to show you that in our next live stream. You have to wait a bit for it, because beforehand there are other guys out of our team which are twitching for you, like the artists and also the code guys. And next question: why no violence? Okay, this is quite easy. It's you should be a mastermind and not a brutal guy. So we have slight violence with what you can do with the bruiser, but that's enough. So we don't have any weapons or stuff like that, because we want to be more or less a gentleman gangster.
Yeah, and as you can see, the whole mood is a little funny, not taking itself so seriously, and it would just be not fitting if you could kill or endanger person, like with a gun or something.
Oh, the next question is very good, because we forgot to tell them. When will the game be out? Yes, it will be out on 28th of August. On which platforms?
PC, Mac and Linux.
Yes, thanks. Where will the other heists be? Okay, I don't want to reveal too much, but it's a huge variety of places. But the majority is in America, but it's from... Just one good example is we've got a military harbor, we've got a casino.
Yeah, it's all a little on the red light side, on the sleazy side, not so nice little dirty criminal side, I'd say. So there are lots of locations in the milieu, and yeah, you can really look forward to playing very interesting and different locations.
Yeah. Later on, it's getting more to James Bond-like settings. Okay, but that's it for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use a gamepad? Of course. Yes, you can use a gamepad, and some guys of our team prefer to play it with a gamepad. So we put a lot of effort in the gamepad usability, and just use an ordinary one. It's possible,
Yeah.
but me personally, I prefer play it with mouse and keyboard. Which platforms will the game be on? We've cleared that. How long will the game be? That's an interesting question. Definitely more than 20 hours. It really depends on your way to play the game. Because some people take a long time for one level which is played as fast as hell by others. But it really depends on your game style of play.
Yeah.
How difficult is the game? That's pretty much the same question, but as we had a look at the external testers, we had it starts quite easy, and in the middle of the game it's really getting hard. Yes.
Yeah, so in the end we also inserted an extra level of difficulty for special heists we call challenges.
Yes, and we've got a whole challenge mode where you play 10 heists with you think you already know, but we changed some things like how the guards react on suspicious things, or more things are suspicious, so it gets really tough in the challenge mode. Yes, that's it for now.
Alright.
Any more questions right now? Yeah, I like a challenge.
Alright guys, send us some questions if you want to know something about Crookz.
Yes, and like every time, thanks to all of you watching us, thanks to the Calypso guys, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Don't forget, 28th of August, Crookz.
Okay,
Alright.
we are out. Bye.
Bye, see you.